Just want to do a quick video working on the 74 Super Beetle and putting a headliner in it. There's a headliner on a budget. So this is off-white marine grade vinyl from Joann's Fabrics. Got 6 feet of it, cost me like 30 bucks, 35. And so what I did was laid the vinyl on top of the car all the way across, and I just trimmed around the edge. And I'm putting the top in this the way they had it in the old classic Beetles, where it followed, it'll tuck up inside. That, it won't come to the outside. I like the older style a lot better. So the backing, can't tell what that is regular carpet backing for our floor. Regular old carpet floor backing. Something like, I don't know, 75 cents a square foot or something like that from Lowe's. Spray adhesive to hold it in place. I stretched Loctite spray adhesive. But anyway, to get the backing on there, I stretched a line from one side to the other, laid the backing across the line, sprayed adhesive in the very center of it, and then just took it straight up. And that's how I got the backing to stay up there. And then once I got the vinyl, I laid the vinyl on top upside down. Not upside down. Right side up for the inside of the car. So on top of the car, it was upside down. And then I got clamps. And all they did was just clamp the 4 corners in place to get the pressure and stress off of it. And I use marine grade vinyl. Number one, biggest reason is so you can wipe it off if it gets dirty. It can get wet, it can get dirty, no big deal. So once I get it done, I'll come back with another video. I did the carpet. The carpet is from Lowe's. I had the old carpet pieces. I kept them over there, big old pile. This is the cheapest black carpet that you can get from Lowe's. And I just laid a roll of it out on the floor. I took whatever piece I wanted to copy. And then I took that putty knife right there and heated it up. And I just went along that and traced out the piece that I wanted to replace. And it melted it instead of cutting it, so it unravels. And what you see is what you get. It doesn't unravel once you melt it all together. It's not perfect by any means, but this is a car on a budget. And it's easy enough to work with. If you already have the carpet that came out of it, it's not a problem. It bends easy, it flexes easy. That adhesive right there, I sprayed adhesive on top of the kick panel and around the toe, all the way up forward, just to get the toe connected so that it doesn't pull off. And then in places where you normally have, you can see through the carpet, I put pieces on the actual body itself and sprayed them in place. Like this right here is underneath the carpet, the top layer. So, yeah. And of course, same as my other one, regular old heater duct wrap right there. Spray adhesive, just put it all over the floor. All up underneath there, all over the floor, all the way up to the toe. And that knocks down a lot of noise. It's nowhere near as good as the expensive stuff, but it does knock down a lot of noise. I wrapped, that's 1/4 inch plywood going up the back here. And I wrapped it in black vinyl from Joann's, but whenever I say plywood, it's It's that sand ply stuff. This right here, it's not exactly plywood. It is, but it's not. You can get it really cheap. I had to get a piece of oak because they didn't have maple. And that cost me like 40 bucks for the sheet, but that 1/4 inch is really easy to work with. The wheel wells are in black felt. I did El Cheapo foam wrap, sprayed it on there with adhesive, and then just covered that in black felt. The door panels and the rear panels are 1/4 inch ply with that foam wrap, and then the vinyl on top of that. And that vinyl from Joann's, no, I got that from Walmart, I think. And I got that for 20 bucks. Enough to do the front door panels and the rear. I was originally going to do the headliner in it, and I quickly found out that was going to be entirely too dark if we did that. So I'm going back to off-white headliner. All right, whenever I'm done, I'll do another video. Just want to show you this real quick. This is on the inside. I'm not done with it, but got a heat gun, and all I'm doing is just heating it up. But before I put the vinyl in here, I threw the whole thing, after I cut it to shape on top, I threw the whole thing in the dryer, and I got all the wrinkles out. I got it really good and hot and moldable and pliable before I brought it out here, and that heat also helps it to cure the glue. And then the next step will be to go around the edge and trim it close. But I want to leave enough that it tucks inside. You know, it tucks inside that right there. Just like the headliner. And that's how you get a 74 Super Beetle to look like an earlier year car. But I'm just heating it up with that heat gun and going back with my hand and just flattening it out and getting that adhesive to stick real good. Yeah, and the good thing about this is if the adhesive does start to come off, you just pull wherever it's coming off down, spray it again, and stick it back up. There's a lot of people out there are going to say that this is a piece of crap way to do it, and I'm cutting corners and being lazy and everything else, but let's be honest, people, if I put $50,000 in this thing, it's still going to be a $5,000 Super Beetle. So it's for my daughter, and it's going to be a pretty cool ride whenever I'm done. And if she don't like it, then I'm going to drive it. So, yeah, I'll show you when I'm done. All right, this is as I'm working on it. So you got your, where are they at? You got your scissors. That's to get you pretty close along that edge. Then you got your little razor blade. And work that sucker till you get it cut till about right there, all the way around. Right? And then, where's that? You get you one of these little painters. Painters. This is for doing Bondo. One of these guys. It can be small, it can be big, whatever. Just work that thing all the way around, and it starts to look pretty good. I didn't like how they had the liner go all the way inside. I didn't like it, so whenever I stripped it, I took the paint all the way down on the inside, cleaned it up, and I painted it. Because I think the older ones definitely look a lot better. All right. Oh, that's a bad angle, man. Everybody can see where my back corner right there just... I think that one spot didn't get glue. Or maybe it didn't. I need to heat it up and get it to stick. But how about this one? Oh yeah, that's the angle we need to be at. I will tell you, this car had a sunroof in it, and I filled it in up top, and you can tell that it is not rounded all the way. It's got some flaws, but it had a little J.C. Whitney $100 sunroof in it, and I snatched that thing out because it leaked like crazy. But I think that looks pretty doggone good for 60 bucks worth of headliner. And if you look at the material that the original or the replacement headliner is.
From the original dream that I had. Unbelievable. I'm speechless.
Here.
I can't believe it's here.
Oh, what I was gonna say. The better that you have a ceiling. See, I actually have runners in here on the sheet metal itself that I had to weld to because it was so thin. I mean, these are like, it's gotta be like 20 gauge metal. Really thin metal to weld to. And I just kept burning through left and right. So I have a runner here and a runner here. And you can see them. But I can tell you it's a lot more pronounced on the camera than it is me standing here looking at it. So the better you have your product before you put it up there, the more clean it'll be. But look at this El Cheapo. I mean, that is some cheap crap right there. And this replacement headliner is like, I don't know, $200, $300, something like that. It's kind of ridiculous. I think that looks a ton better. I like it. It's gonna look real good whenever it's got the matching sun visors and the grips up top, contrasting against the black door panels. It's gonna look good. But anyway, that's how you do it. El Cheapo carpet liner, marine vinyl. I'll be able to wash that anytime, clean it up. And then El Cheapo carpet, just cut it out with a really hot putty knife and melt the edges, and yeah, you can make it work. Won't be too much longer. We'll be sitting in this thing ready to go.